Travis must play big if Cal's going to upset Creighton here tonight in Omaha. Corey Probus alongside Stephen Bardo. We thank you for joining us here on Fox College Hoops. And the opening tap is controlled by the Blue Jays and the senior Grant Gibbs.
Well, this Creighton ball club, one of the more veteran, if not the most veteran starting five in the country. They know where the ball needs to go, when it needs to get there. And they look for Doug McDermott early and often.
Kick ball, and Creighton will have it. Look at the sixth-year head coach for the Cal Golden Bears, Mike Montgomery. You see the numbers in Berkeley, but he surpassed John Wooden all time. Now 665 lifetime wins for Mike Montgomery.
Yeah, it's a wealth of information and experience there. Enjoyed talking with him before the game today.
Senior Gibbs, senior McDermott. Gibbs up top, he'll pop for three. And Jabari Bird, the rebound for Cal. These two teams met last year in Berkeley, and Creighton won by 10. California never led in that ball game.
See, Kravitz is going to have to be aggressive offensively. McDermott is guarding him.
Chapman knocked it away, loose on the floor, and a jump. It'll stay with Cal with the possession, and 18 to shoot. Here is the fourth-year head coach for Creighton, Greg McDermott. A remarkable run in a short time here in Omaha. Of course, there's his son. Could very well be a three-time All-American.
He's definitely on pace to do that. 9 out of 10 games this season, 20 points or more. So still very consistent and very efficient.
As a force inside, knocked away by Manigat. Rogge trails. He'll pop for three. And Solomon the rebound. One and done for Creighton. That's going to be key for Cal.
Oh, for sure. You know, cleaning off the defensive glass, limiting this very good shooting Blue Jays club. It's only one opportunity. They're doing a pretty good job right now, at least in the first couple of possessions, of limiting McDermott's touches.
The freshman Bird. Now to Wallace. He'll fire for three. And Solomon tapped it out. Loose. And Manigat has it for the Blue Jays. McDermott off a screen with the left hand, short. And Solomon was in there to kind of just get in his way. It was knocked out of bounds. It'll be Cal basketball.
Richard Solomon doesn't get enough credit for shots altered. There's no stat for that. But his length and athleticism changes the trajectory of shots on a regular basis. Good job by Solomon defending without foul.
Cal in the season has 3 losses. Keep in mind, 2 of those 3 losses Solomon did not play. He was out with an eye injury and losses to Syracuse and Dayton in Maui. Wallace along the baseline to Kravish. And 15 to shoot. Solomon draws the double team. McDermott traps. Now the senior from Los Angeles, Cobbs resets with 7. Shot clock is at 3. Cobbs from the corner for 3. And Manigat the rebound.
Both teams really tight here to open up. A little hesitancy getting the basketball where it needs to go.
There's Chapman on the drive. Gibbs had an open look. Instead, they swing it back around.
Austin Chapman will be the player that Cal will help off of when they go to double team.
Rogge connects for 3. He lives out there, about a 49% three-point shooter. And there's the first bucket here tonight.
And Ethan Rogge, you got to know the scouting report. 92% of his career attempts have been from three-point land.
Feed inside to Kravish. Head by McDermott, shoots over him and scores. Junior from Lee Summit, Missouri, about a 3.5-hour drive. He has about 25 or 30 family or friends here tonight. And first bucket for Cal.
Took his time. Double team didn't arrive. Nice jump hook and making McDermott play defense on the inside for Cal will hopefully take some of the steam out that he has on this end of the court.
15 to shoot. Gibbs for 3. He knocks it down. Boy, Cal, pretty much everything's been from beyond the arc. And the Blue Jays knock down their second 3.
Not bad defense, but better offense. Creighton. The ball doesn't stick much when you watch Creighton play. Great ball movement and movement without the rock.
Now we have whistle and a foul will be called. This is going to be, I believe, on Manigan. And that'll be his first and the first on Creighton. The Blue Jays so far, Stephen, have taken 5 shots. 4 of the 5 have been three-point attempts.
Yeah, they like to get it up and down quickly and look for those early opportunities, keeping their opponent off balance. And they're second in the nation with over 11 threes made per game.
There's Wallace on the drive, and this is going to be an offensive foul. And this is going to be on Kravish. He picks up his first, and also the first on the Golden Bears, so Creighton has it back.
A little bit away from the ball. Couldn't really see it there. Kravish and Manigault getting tangled up. Manigault like grabbing his right ear. Caught a little shot there.
Raggi bounces it inside and knocked away. Turnover Creighton. Here's Cobb the other way.
This will really be a good matchup of Chapman and Justin Cobbs, both very athletic at the point guard position.
Wallace throws a bounce pass to Solomon. And the open look. Instead, they swing it to Bird in the corner with 15 to shoot. Solomon at the elbow, pulls up from 15 feet, and Manigault the rebound. Creighton by 4 with the ball.
Creighton loves to push now. They will get it up quickly. Time to get McDermott established before the defense gets set.
Raggi from very deep, missed on the 3, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Cal basketball when we come back. The Blue Jays, they love to shoot the 3. We've seen that already tonight. Raggi knocked down 1. Gibbs knocked down 1. Cal down by 4 early on here in Omaha. Well, time for the Inspired Performance Spotlight brought to you by Infinity. And you look at at least some of the career numbers for Doug McDermott. First in points, field goals, 3-point shooting percentage, 31 points shy from reaching 2,500 career points. That allowed him surpassing 3,000 by the time the season winds down. Meanwhile, the guy that guarded McDermott quite a bit in Berkeley last year, you see on the right of your screen, is out and out for about 6 weeks. Significant blow. Ricky Kreklow broke his right hand in practice on Wednesday. So a key loss for the Bears here in late December.
Yeah, Coach Montgomery talked about him being the glue guy on the team. Toughness, he could slide in between the 3 and the 4 position. You know, he would have given McDermott a lot of different looks this evening. So Cal going to have to adjust.
Cobbs on the drive, kicks it out to Wallace. He fires for 3, had a good look, and the rebound inside and a foul, and this might be on Kravish. If it is, that's going to be his second, and that is a huge storyline as a key post player picks up 2 early fouls.
And that first foul, Corey, whenever you get one of those ticky-tack fouls early in the game, it seems to come back to haunt you. And he's trying to explain his case to Coach Montgomery, but he's not having it.
Jabari Bird, who started. Kreklow on the bench. Meanwhile, Kravish on the bench, those 2 fouls. And Jordan Matthews, a freshman from San Francisco, checks in for the first time for Cal.
Now you've got 2 freshmen on the floor for Cal. Have to defend against this intricate offense of the Blue Jays. See how they can adjust.
Gibbs off a screen, pops for 3. And rebound to Wallace. Creighton 2 of 7 shooting at the start. Cal 1 of its first 5 from the field. Solomon draws attention for 3 up top. Matthews couldn't hit. Bird the rebound. Now the senior Cobbs. Solomon again draws attention. Pass up top, throws it away.
And Solomon threw 3 defenders that time. Watch here. 1, his man. Watch Chapman drop back in. He's looking at 3 different defenders whenever he touches the ball in the post. So the young Cal Bears are going to have really good spacing along the perimeter to be able to catch and shoot on the ready when Solomon tries to throw that double team.
Substitution for Creighton. Avery Dingman is in for the Blue Jays, and Maniga sits. Gibbs knocked down a three earlier. McDermott looking for his first bucket. And the rebound of Bird. He'll pull up the long two. Inside contact and the save by Chapman. And trailing, and Cobbs nearly took it away. As Dingman was racing up the floor, just kind of felt Chapman was going to be there. Cal pressured the ball. And Creighton, though, retains possession.
Well, it looked like McDermott and Solomon thought the ball was out. They kind of stopped playing. And Creighton heads up, saving the basketball, getting another opportunity.
That's Chapman.
McDermott working hard to get the basketball.
Chapman will pop another three-point try. That was well short. And here come the Bears up the floor. Matthews.
Well, Ethan Rogge is doing a really good job with Solomon, pushing him off the block. Look how far Richard Solomon is off the block, and his body language is not good right now.
That'll be a turnover. Cobbs walked.
That's Blue Jay basketball.
Well, Stephen, you mentioned a moment ago how hard McDermott is working away from the ball. And nothing yet offensively for the preseason Big East Player of the Year.
No, this is total team effort defensively. You see them communicating and handing McDermott off, meaning that Justin Cobbs guard him and they switch. He actually touches his defensive teammate to make sure that he's got very good position on McDermott.
On the flip side, we've seen when Cal throws the ball inside to Solomon, he'll draw two if not three defenders. The spin by Devin Brooks. He can do that. Flashy player at 23 against Arizona State earlier this season. And the Blue Jays lead by 6.
Perfect compliment off the bench for Creighton. Offensive spark plug, puts much pressure on the defense.
Junior college transfer, Devin Brooks from Harlem. Cal has not scored in over 4 minutes. Solomon, baseline, and the flush.
Woo. It's a grown man move along the baseline. Took out some frustration getting to the rim.
Averaging 12 per game. Cal within 4. Brooks again on the right to Dingman. Brooks met by Wallace, takes him inside, had it knocked away by Wallace. He gets it back. McDermott nowhere to go, and it'll be a turnover as McDermott walked. It'll be Cal basketball when we come back. Well, plenty has been from the perimeter so far for Creighton, but not there. Devin Brooks went inside. Richard Solomon, the big answer for Cal. Neither team shooting well early. It's a 4-point game. It's on Seton Hall. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on Fox Sports 1. Earlier tonight, Seton Hall defeated Eastern Washington 92-70. Here, Creighton up by 4, 8-4. 11:45 to play in the first half. Nothing yet for Doug McDermott. As you said, Stephen Bardo, Cal has done a good job guarding McDermott, especially inside.
Yeah, they've really had a great team defensive effort here in the first half, and you're not going to really stop McDermott, but you can make him work as hard as possible to get his points. Cal definitely doing that early.
15 to shoot for Cobbs. A tough pull-up. Long two, knocks it down. Redshirt senior from Los Angeles, a transfer originally out of the University of Minnesota. That's his first bucket tonight.
Yeah, just didn't feel like he was a good fit there in Minnesota.
Will Artino now coming off the bench, and he has performed well the last 3 games in that role, averaging about 9 points and 4 rebounds per game. And the Blue Jays lead once again by 4.
And sometimes players, if they can accept that role coming off the bench, they're much more effective. And Will Artino can see the flow of the game.
Larry Bird short on the 3, and the rebound to Grant Gibbs.
What a luxury for Coach McDermott to have Gibbs and Chapman, 2 really good point guards both tied for third in assists in the Big East.
Brooks, the missed three. Matthews, he'll try to answer for Cal. And Dingman, the long rebound. Up the floor, the lead. McDermott catches and lays it in. What a feed up the floor. McDermott has his first two tonight.
Tell you what, Doug McDermott's got a gear there that I didn't know existed. He turned on the afterburners to get that loose ball.
Cobbs can't answer for Cal and Gibbs the rebound. By the way, with that assist from Grant Gibbs, he's now 5th all time. At Creighton, assist chart, McDermott short in the three. Gibbs the offensive rebound. Over Rooks, no, but a foul.
California foul on number 34.
Pretty play a moment ago. That lead pass, Stephen Gibbs finding McDermott.
Well, you see the really heads-up play there. Grant Gibbs, a 6th-year guard. Not many situations he hasn't seen on the floor, and knows McDermott as well as anybody on this team, and knows where he likes to get it. Understanding McDermott needing to get off on the right start off offensively, and nothing does that like a layup.
Rocky back in for Creighton. Solomon returns for Cal. And McDermott will sit for the first time for the Blue Jays.
You know, if I'm Coach McDermott from Creighton, I'm feeling pretty good about things right now. You talk about a Cal team. They don't want to slow down. I mean, they average almost 75 points per game and limited them to 6 points here in the first half.
Cal scoring is up. This time last year, they're scoring about 9 points more per game. David Kravish on the bench, 2 early fouls. Wallace to spin with the left hand, and Artino the rebound. Gibbs to Dingman along the baseline. Can't lay it in. Artino there with the putback.
Well, when you bring Devin Brooks and Avery Dingman off the bench, you've got some athletic guys that like to attack the rim.
It's a 9-0 run. A whistle and a foul. And this will be on Dingman as he picks up his first personal foul.
Good head fake to freeze the defender, gets to the rim, doesn't finish, but Artino right there. Creighton's bench playing inspired basketball right now.
Well, it was announced as a timeout was called on the floor, but both coaches are wondering who called the timeout. No timeout was called, so play will resume. Greg McDermott had both hands out to his side, asking one of our 3 officials, Lamar Simpson, I didn't call it.
Right.
Nor did Mike Montgomery.
Mike Montgomery could probably use one right now, though. The way his young Cal Bears are struggling. You've got Bird and Matthews, and now Cameron Rooks on the floor. You've got 3 freshmen trying to battle out of this deficit.
It's a very talented freshman class. Sam Singer into the ball game for Cal for the first time. He's a freshman from Miami. There's Bird on the drive. 17 to shoot for Matthews. A tough 3, knocks it down. Never really got set, but still buries the 3.
You can tell this guy's a confident shooter. No hesitation.
Meanwhile, a traveling violation is going to be called on Austin Chapman. It'll be Cal basketball down by 6.
Well, you see Jordan Matthews, no hesitation in letting that go. Very confident shooter. Thought he missed Rooks on the post a little earlier, but he made up for it on that made 3.
David Kravish with the ball up top, back in with those 2 fouls. Matthews from the corner. That 3 doesn't go. And the rebound tapped down to Chapman. The junior from the Colony, Texas, to McDermott inside. Good defense by Cal, knocked away. And it's Bears basketball.
Wow, Kravish, a lot of contact there, no foul. Good job of holding his position.
Like the plan, though. Trying to force him to pick up that 3rd foul. Matthews will drive. And a rebound pulled down by Chapman. There's McDermott against Kravish. Rogge will pop. Another 3. All knocked around. Rogge runs it down. And Creighton resets. Six-point game and a whistle and a foul, and this will be called on Sam Singer. The freshman picks up his first, and it'll be Creighton basketball when we come back. Well, McDermott not getting anything easy tonight. Cal's interior D has been terrific. 6-point game.
Welcome back to Omaha, where Creighton enjoys a 6-point lead. And it's in spite of the fact that Doug McDermott is struggling, a lot of it to do with the great Cal team defense. Look at how they collapse in on him, try to deny the basketball. That's Justin Cobbs, a point guard, rooting him out of position. So excellent job. And then Kravis with 2 fouls, Corey, avoids his 3rd foul, does an excellent job of denying McDermott the basketball and the shot opportunity.
And McDermott so far tonight, 1 of 5 from the field. You see the numbers, he's attempted 1 3. McDermott's numbers overall this year at 25 points per game, about 7 rebounds per contest as well. It's Creighton ball out of the timeout. 6-point game. 7:30 to play until halftime. Rogge. Now Chapman finds McDermott. 15 to shoot.
They are encouraging Austin Chapman to shoot that open jumper. Cobbs is going to help off of him every single time.
Knocked away. Kravish knocked it away from McDermott in a jump ball. And it's going to stay with Creighton with 9 to shoot.
The length of the defenders like Kravish and Solomon, they're being very aggressive. You see McDermott looking away and not paying attention. Kravish doing an excellent job with active hands in spite of his 2 fouls. If I'm Mike Montgomery, I try to get Kravish out pretty quickly here.
5 to shoot. The spin with the right hand. No, a whistle and a foul. And a strong take to the basket by Austin Chapman. The shot clock winding down. He'll shoot 2. The foul was called on Sam Singer. That's his first and number 5 on the Cal Bears.
Correction, the foul on number 12.
Now they're going to change the foul. This is going to be on Roger Muteabidius. And so that is his first. And Chapman at the free throw line shooting 2, a 76% free throw shooter.
It's really interesting that Cal's showing you the maturity of this team with their leading scorer. Really not on track yet, but their defense has gotten them this cushion. They continue to be stellar on this end of the court. Cal trying to get Justin Cobbs off of the basketball, so Singer doing the ball handling responsibilities, trying to bring Cobb off of a weak side screen to the ball.
Cal right now is 3 freshmen on the floor, and one of them right there knocks down the 3 in Jabari Bird. McDonald's All-American, a big-time recruit. And that guy is poised to have a terrific career in Berkeley.
He got his feet set quickly on that 3. Showing you the elevation.
Another steal, and this time cannot save it as Muteabidius was on the baseline. It'll stay Creighton basketball.
Watch how quickly Jabari Bird catches this, gets his feet set, elevates over the defense. Beautiful stroke.
You see McDermott had it knocked away by Muteabidius, another freshman. Notre Dame prep in Massachusetts.
Need to try to get some isolation. Bring McDermott to the rock.
Open look for 3. And the long rebound comes down to Kravish. So Cal with the ball within 5. Cobbs over Dingman, can't hit the runner. And a whistle and a foul. And it's going to stay with the Bears. And this is going to be on Maniga as he picks up the personal foul, his second. And the 6th team foul on Creighton.
You see right there, McDermott had an easy look. But what happens when you're struggling and pressing, that time that you do get open, you rush it a little bit. He had a good look, just couldn't convert.
And again, McDermott to the bench. Gibbs back in. Artino back in. Gibbs just in. Knocks it away from Bird. He picks it back up. Crowd is begging for a whistle. Didn't happen. Cobb's open on the feed. And he knocks down the easy 2. And Cal's within 3.
Bluejays, he's doing some really good things here on both ends of the floor coming off the bench for Cal.
Mike Montgomery told us before the game that Mute Avidius, he was going to have to play some big minutes tonight. The 3 knocked down from the corner by Raggi. There's the answer.
Creighton just stretches you out on the court so well with their shooters. And they get that baseline drag by Chapman and looking opposite. That's money.
Second 3 for Raggi tonight. Bird got Gibbs in the air, takes it in the paint. The floater is good.
Well, he has got great 2-guard body at 6'5", 6'6".
Out of control was Brooks, and there's a Cal player injured on the floor. A whistle and a foul is going to be called. And speaking of Jabari Bird, there he is on the floor in obvious pain. He is grabbing his right ankle. And Cameron Rooks will check in for Cal. Let's take a look at what happened.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I've done that too. That could be ligament damage on the outside. I mean, he had all of his weight. He was way off the floor. And all that force coming down on that ankle. That's, well, let's hope it's not too serious.
Came down on the foot of Kravish. And Jabari Bird, as we said, a McDonald's All-American. Mike Montgomery said during his time in Berkeley, the highest rated recruit he's ever signed.
Yeah. And, you know, you talk about a McDonald's All-American, that sends a signal around the country to prospective recruits that Cal's a destination. You get a McDonald's All-American guy like that, and his father played. Dad Carl Bird, a player at Cal, 74 through 76, averaged 15 a game, so he's a legacy player as well.
As we said at the top, Ricky Krecklow is out about 6 weeks after fracturing his right hand in practice on Wednesday, and now Bird is out. If we get a report from the Cal bench, we'll certainly pass that along to you. Despite those setbacks, Krecklow out, Bird injured right now. Just a 4-point game.
Yeah, I've been raving about Creighton's defense, but Cal's defense has been pretty good as well.
Singer missed the 3. Cameron Rooks the offensive rebound. And now the senior Cobb slow things down. There is Rooks. He'll pull up on the baseline and knocks it down. The mid-range jumper for Cameron Rooks, another freshman.
Cameron Rooks, son of Sean Rooks, our old teammate with the Dallas Mavericks, and he's got quite a few. He's got some big shoes to fill because Sean can play. That's a nice-looking jumper by the freshman. This Cal team getting a little bit more confident.
Dermott misses the 2. Brooks the offensive rebound over Rooks. No. Loose on the boards and a whistle. And foul called, and this is going to be on Cal. This is on Cobbs, his first and the 6th on the Bears.
Nice job by Rooks right there, just taking what the defense is giving him. By the time you see a guy his size try to back people down and get a little bit closer to the bucket, but simply took what McDermott kind of laying off and took advantage of it.
McDermott knocks down the free throw. Only per usual, 89%. In fact, he has made his last 30 free throws. He's approaching the Creighton school record of 36. And he knocks down 2 right there. Hooker Woodfox has the school record, 36 straight 08-09 season.
Got to get the ball to Solomon right there. You got to go before the double team comes.
Draws 2, had it swatted away by Artino, but a foul on the floor. And this is going to be on McDermott. And that is his first personal foul. And that takes us to a timeout here in Omaha. Cal hanging around. It's a 4-point game. Well, let's get you caught up on how we got to this point. Doug McDermott so far just 4 points. Terrific Cal defense. This after he scored 34 in Berkeley last year. Creighton at 1 point, led by as many as 9. Rockies knocked down a couple of threes. Jabari Bird, 5 points, including a nice runner in the paint there. Had a big 3 as well, but then just a moment ago, he came down right on the left foot of his teammate David Kravish, and Jabari Bird on the bench. And still wincing, obviously, with a left ankle injury.
Substitution for California during the
It looks like they put ice on that, so that indicates to me that he may not be back in the game. Because once you start icing and you take that wrap off of the ankle, that ankle's going to swell a little bit. Be surprised to see him come back in the game.
Free throws here for Richard Solomon, 6'10 senior from Los Angeles. Solomon leads the Pac-10 in rebounding. 11 per game, and he can't make the second. And rebound to Grant Gibbs.
It's like Cobb senses something in terms of Brooks' ball handling. He's really pressing up tight, thinking he might be able to come up with a steal.
Rogge will check in for Creighton at the next whistle. 12 to shoot. Now it's Brooks with 5. Off an Artino screen, open lane, and scores. Opened up late, and Brooks has his second field goal.
Brooks doing a little Harlem shake down the hole. Shook the defender and got all the way to the rim from the top of the key. That's one of the few breakdowns defensively that we've seen from Cal in the first half.
Freshman Cameron Rooks back out to Wallace for 3, short, and Gibbs the rebound. Gibbs up the floor. Artino cannot hit on the alley-oop try. It's a tough feed from Gibbs. And Cal counters. Now a foul as Solomon set the screen. And the foul will be called on Dingman. That's his second. And now 6 on the Blue Jays.
Devin Brooks turns down the pick and roll. Now you see me, now you don't. A little right there, a little Harlem shake to get to the rim, splitting the 2 defenders there.
Look at Devin Brooks, junior college transfer.
You know, as we sit here and see that there's really no flow to this game. It's kind of stop-starts. And Cal is in really good position in spite of not getting much production at all in the post area.
Kravish back on the floor with 2 fouls. He gives it up. A 3, no good from Jordan Matthews. And McDermott pulls down the rebound. McDermott spins over Cobbs and scores. There was a mismatch inside, and Creighton took advantage.
And it looked like number 3, Wallace, was trying to get over there, Tyrone Wallace, but he's too late. McDermott showing you some quickness.
Defense from Rogge, knocked away. Solomon got it back, had it stripped by Chapman. And Chapman is saying it was off Solomon's knee, but it's going to stay with Cal with 20 to shoot and 2 minutes to play.
Well, Doug McDermott's been in this situation before. On the post, feels the defense, spins away. Beautiful move by Doug McDermott. And it's a guy here that is efficient, shoots 50% from the field. So he has an assortment of ways to put the ball in the hole.
Shot clock did not reset. 8 to shoot for Cobbs. Mute Abedius had it knocked away by Gibbs. Then McDermott had his pocket picked by Matthews, but he cannot keep it in play. It'll be Creighton basketball.
Well, Cal just trying to piece it together here to end the first half with Kravish. 2 fouls. They are really missing Kreklow at this point as well. Talked about earlier in the game, Corey, being out with a broken hand, so Cal's still not in bad position right now.
McDermott now met by Solomon, shoots over him and scores. McDermott now with 8 points. And Creighton matches its largest lead of 9 with 1:15 to play.
McDermott's relentless. He's not going to stop just because he's not shooting the ball well or Cal's been playing good defense. He is relentless towards the basketball.
Cobbs gives it up to Solomon. Muscles on McDermott. He walked.
Blue Jay basketball.
Watch McDermott. Is the double team coming? Well, no, it's not, so I'm going to fade and shoot this jumper. And McDermott building the wall defensively, just holding his ground, forcing the turnover.
And the emotion there from McDermott. Creighton on an 8-1 run. Cal timeout. Just over a minute to play until halftime. The fourth all-time meeting between these two teams. Creighton up by 9, and no surprise, Stephen, they've been going to McDermott the last few trips down the floor.
Well, they'll stay consistent with that approach, even if he's struggling and Cal's doing a good job, because there's just too many ways that he can score the basketball. Off the bounce, catch and shoot, post-ups, offensive rebounds. That's why a lot of people think that he'll be the player of the year in college basketball this year.
Under a minute to play, and Gibbs fouled by Matthews.
California foul number 15, Jordan.
That's just a sixth-year senior in Gibbs taking advantage of the freshman Matthews. Way too close defensively, and Matthews out of position that time.
Tino back in. McDermott sits. 17 fouls now on Cal. So the 1-1 here for Grant Gibbs. Sixth-year senior. And he misses. Solomon the rebound.
If you're Cal, you need to get the ball to Justin Cobbs and let him do some work. Give him some space, maybe a high screen and roll, but he's really been limited here in the first half.
A whistle and a foul. This is going to be an offensive foul on Solomon. Artino was matching him inside and took a shot on the shoulder, maybe the noggin. You see it right there. The officials might look at that one. And Solomon picked up the foul. You see them battling there, and then that last forearm elbow came up high.
I don't know about that last one, though. The first one, he looked like he got hit. The second one looked a little academy worthy there, but got the attention of the official, so it worked.
20 seconds to play. Shot clock is off. And Creighton will hold. Gibbs to Maniga, fires for 3. Offensive rebound, Rogge, his floater. The tap inside for McDermott. He's got 10, and that takes us to halftime. Creighton ends the first half on a 10-1 run. And with that, the Blue Jays have their largest lead of the night, 30-19 at the break.
Look at McDermott working the offensive glass. He talked about his efficiency in scoring the basketball. He's just not one-dimensional, and giving his team a great boost going to the halftime break.
Halftime here at the CenturyLink Center. Creighton 30, Cal 19. Coming up after this timeout, we'll take you back out to Los Angeles in our Fox studios. At the break, Creighton on top by Cal by 11 here on Fox College Hoops. On top of Cal by a score of 30-19 at the break, the fourth all-time meeting between these two programs. Once again, good evening, everybody. Alongside Stephen Bardo, I'm Corey Provis, and we spent some time talking about Doug McDermott quite a bit there in the first half. 10 points at the break. He had to work awfully hard to reach that number in the first 20 minutes.
Cal did a great job of team defense and sharing the responsibility of cutting the passes off to him, making it very difficult for him to get it. Nice curl cut. Put Richard Solomon there to adjust the shot. Once again, he catches on the block. He sees Solomon coming. Has to change up his shot, but when scores get going like that, Corey, they get a layup. All of a sudden, things open up. The spin you're showing that what we're showing you is his efficiency and the different ways that he can score the basketball. And then the last one was a backbreaker on the offensive glass to close out the half for Creighton.
And McDermott finished the first half with the last 6 points for Creighton. As we take a look at the first half numbers, neither team shot the ball well at all. But a big stat we focused on, if Cal was going to win tonight, Stephen, points in the paint, and really not much to say and really not much to show for the Bears the first 20 minutes.
No, they haven't been able to get the ball inside very well. Only 8 points in the paint. And between Solomon, Kravish, and Cobbs, they only have 9 points. So if your top 3 scores, if you're Cal and you're on the road, you've got to get more production than that. Keep Kravish out of foul trouble in the second half.
Yeah, Kravish picked up 2 early fouls, yet Cal scored 19 points at the half, their lowest first half scoring output of the season so far. It's an 11-point game. A few days before Christmas. She's in the holiday spirit. Her hometown Jays lead by 11. Halftime score here from the CenturyLink Center in Omaha. Creighton 30 and Cal 19. You see some numbers. McDermott 10 and 4. Raggi hit some early threes for the Blue Jays. As for Cal, Justin Cobbs just 4 points at the break. He's averaging 14 per game. And Jabari Bird provided a spark early, but he is done for the night. Injured his right ankle. He will not return for the Bears here in the second half. And Jabari Bird, 9th start, averaging about 12 points per game. And he will not return tonight. Cal basketball to begin the second half, down by 11.
Nice denial by McDermott. Not allowing Cal to reverse the basketball.
Sam Singer draws the start in the second half in place of the injured Bird. As Montgomery swaps out one freshman for another. Solomon saves it to Cobbs with 9 to shoot. And now Singer against Maniga, cut off by Gibbs, but he finds Wallace open and knocks down the 3. Tyrone Wallace, the sophomore from Bakersfield, knocks down his 12th 3 of the year.
Nice patience by the Bears that time. It looked as though they were going to be in trouble as the shot clock was winding down, but stayed patient and got an open look.
Gibbs finds McDermott with the right hand. No, Solomon there to defend.
Creighton has such good nonverbal communication between its guys. Gibbs and McDermott, they work on a string together. They don't even have to say anything.
Singer open look. He fires for 3, and McDermott the rebound. It's a terrific friendship between those two players, Stephen, Gibbs and McDermott. And the block from behind. Solomon rejects McDermott, and Singer counters.
Oh, Solomon never quitting on the play. Getting to the rim and making the defensive play so far for Cal. You got to reward him by getting him the basketball.
Kravish a long 2, and McDermott good position inside. Kick ball, it's going to stay with Creighton.
See Austin Chapman right there. Got the ball to McDermott a little late. Right there. Solomon, so long and athletic, able to recover.
Solomon listed at 6'10", 235.
Greg McDermott trying to put Doug McDermott in some pick and roll situations to get him open.
Maniga open for 3 and knocks it down. Jonathan Maniga, a 38% three-point shooter, took advantage of a wide open look.
You have to pick your poison against the Blue Jays. You're going to cut off McDermott and help on him, but his teammates are going to find themselves with open opportunities like Manigault that last time.
Wallace, tough shot along the baseline. No. Kravish, the offensive putback. Solomon there again for Cal. Nowhere to go. It's knocked away, and a foul will be called. And this is going to be on Chapman.
Corey, we talked about why is Manigault so open? Look at the double team here, And Manigault's right down here, wide open, waiting for the pass. That's just too long for Wallace to recover. Excellent floor spacing by the Blue Jays.
And Singer walked. And Cal gives it back to Creighton. Well, visiting with Mike Montgomery about that very sequence we just saw during Cal's shoot-around today in reference to the ball game between these two teams in Berkeley last year. He said, you know, Cal lost by 10. As a team, he felt we did a good job defending that first option. Where Creighton can beat you is that second, third option off various screens they set, and that's what we just saw a moment ago with Manigault knocking down the three.
That's right, and again, a very veteran ball club that knows how to play with each other very well. So they can look for option 2 and 3 like this.
And there it is, third three of the game for Ethan Rogge. And Creighton with its largest lead. It's a 14-point game early in the second half.
That's what makes Creighton so good. Rogge was covered that time. Kravish was out there on him. But when you have three-point shooters like this, that can extend the floor, extend the defense, very difficult to maintain.
Wallace shortened his three-point try. Kravish could not corral the rebound, and Manigault will push it against Singer. Contact, no, and a foul. And Johans Manigault will be shooting 2, and Singer picked up the personal foul.
When you watch, sorry, Corey, when you watch Creighton play, the ball doesn't stick in one player's hands too long. And that allows them to move the defense, swing the ball from side to side, and have those open opportunities.
Shooting 2.
There's Manigault's first free throw attempt of the game. He has made his last 20 and make it 21. Well, ring in the new year with a full day of Big East basketball on Fox Sports 1 as all 10 teams will be in action for the start of conference play. It all begins at noon Eastern on New Year's Eve, only on Fox Sports 1. It's going to be wild here. The finale there, Marquette, Creighton. To conclude the festivities, I was asking Doug McDermott and Greg McDermott about that game. Creighton shoot-around earlier. They said, both said the same thing. It's going to be nuts.
Yes, it will. It's also going to be nuts in Hinkle Fieldhouse with nationally ranked Villanova going in and playing an improved Butler squad.
Cobbs pulls up, can't hit the 2, and Chapman has the rebound for Creighton.
I think the area that Creighton has improved on the most is on the defensive end from last season.
McDermott catch and fire for 3, and Manigault is going to be charged with the fouls. He collided with Jordan Matthews, and that will take us to a timeout here in Omaha. Creighton led by 11 at the break. Blue Jays now lead by 16. Manigault and company up here in the second half. Well, let's take a look at the AT&T Impossible feat. During their record run of 7 consecutive NCAA titles, the UCLA basketball team had another incredible streak, beginning in 1971 and ending with a loss to Digger Phelps and Notre Dame. In 1974, the Bruins won 88 straight games, still the D1 men's record.
And I do not think we'll see that broken.
Did your Flying Illini have a chance?
No.
No?
No, we played in the Big Ten when my last 2 seasons, 17 first and second round draft picks of the NBA alone. So it was a gauntlet.
Singer misses the 3. McDermott pulls down the rebound. As Cal's struggles continue from the field. Bears now 9 of 32 as a team shooting here tonight.
I mentioned it earlier. This is the biggest improvement of this Creighton ball club, the ability to defend. They've been an efficient offensive team for a few years now.
The floater from McDermott. From up top, took it inside, and has 2 more. He's got 12.
The ability to adjust on the fly, knowing that Solomon's coming from the weak side for the block, putting enough space under it to get it down.
David Kravish steps out, buries his second 3 of the year, averaging 12 points per game. He's recruited by Creighton.
Cal going to what looks like a matchup zone, a 3-2 zone here, so a different look. Trying to throw off Creighton offensively.
But McDermott inside finds the open space. Another great feed from Gibbs.
Beautiful cross screen along the baseline to bring McDermott from the weak side, Corey, to the strong side. Cal did not respond well.
Solomon dunks down the foul. First a whistle. And Carl Hess and Tom Eads are conferring they're going to count the bucket.
Number 35, Richard Solomon.
Kravis trying to keep Solomon, his teammates' energy level up. See right there, excellent job of establishing offensive rebounding position.
Richard Solomon to the free throw line, shooting 1 for Cal.
This is a talented young man who has rededicated himself to being a force in the post area. But Corey, his body language at times not only affects him, but it affects his teammates. As one of the team leaders, you gotta have enough toughness to fight through that and stay positive while your team is trying to cut into this lead.
That was on Ethan Rogge, and Gibbs throws it away. McDermott cannot hang on to the pass. And Solomon sets the screen for his one-time high school teammate, Justin Cobbs. Kravish over McDermott, gets the roll. He dropped that shoulder down and scored over McDermott.
And he's not going to get a double team on the block, so he can take his time just like that.
Chapman open look for three and knocks it down. This is 11th three of the year. And the Blue Jays lead by 16.
And if you're Cal, you're going to give Chapman that shot in order to be able to help defensively from McDermott. So you have to live with him hitting one or two of those.
McDermott the rebound after the Cobbs miss. Dingman back in for Creighton. McDermott by Kravish and those two fouls. The fadeaway, why not? Up to 16 points for Doug McDermott.
Boy, it is so fun to watch a player of McDermott's talent level be so efficient. You know, a lot of players that average 25 points a game, they need about 20 shots at least.
McDermott for three. Short and Solomon the rebound. Singer, he beats Gibbs. Cobbs open look, his three. That was short from the start. Now Chapman on the drive, and he was bumped. And a foul called. And you mentioned McDermott, really the tail end of the first half. He's carried that into the second half, and how do you defend that?
That's a la Larry Bird. You don't. At that size at 6'8", when you can fade like that away from the defense, they can't bother his shot. And you're talking about probably the most confident player in college basketball on the offensive end. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, the best way to guard a scorer like that is to not let him catch the basketball, because once he catches, you're pretty much at his mercy.
And folks, it's important to remind you that McDermott is a walk-on. He's not a scholarship player, as he surrendered that scholarship to Grant Gibbs, and he was awarded that rare 6th year of eligibility over the summer.
So Dad giving some of that Creighton salary back to the university. Yeah, I'd say the investment's paying off well.
Experienced team. And now Brooks gives it away. The lead up the floor to Matthews and lays it in. Wallace stole it, and Matthews the easy two for Cal.
Nice job defensively by Wallace, getting in passing lanes. Cal's going to need some breaks, force the issue a little bit.
McDermott squares up Cobbs, and a foul. And Cobbs will be charged with a personal foul. And that will take us to a timeout. Well, Cal trying to hang around. Richard Solomon, they need him in the second half. Yeah, the dunk followed there, still a 16-point game.
Let's take a look at how McDermott got so wide open. Watch Rogge, there's McDermott, and watch the two Cal defenders are screened off here. McDermott comes right to the basketball. That's just too easy, but good offensive execution by Creighton against the zone.
See the numbers on McDermott. Struggled early, but since then He's picked it up. And McDermott has a game-high 16 points, along with 10 rebounds. And Creighton leads by 16 and with possession.
It's a part of the game that is really not, McDermott's not getting a lot of credit for, is his ability to rebound.
Artino, the offensive rebound. No. Gibbs the tap, got it back and scores. Well, the energy that Artino is really bringing off the bench, it's noticeable again tonight. Gibbs, though, the putback there, and it's an 18-point game.
Gibbs can barely jump over a New York phone book, and he's able to go in there and get that offensive rebound. He just wanted it more than the Cal players.
Air ball by Kravish on the three-point try. Let's take a look at that impressive vertical.
Now you see he's using his off arm because he's a veteran and he's smart, but he just wanted it more than the front line of Cal, and he's letting them know it. You know, it's kind of like guards wanting to be in the post and post players wanting to be out front. Gibbs feeling himself a little bit with that putback.
Man that is referred to as old man. Grant Gibbs is Creighton practices and shoots around. Gibbs 24 years old. Cobbs all the way with the left hand and scores.
Nice job by Justin Cobbs, who struggled from the field. But let's go back to Grant Gibbs you were talking about. He's a month older than James Harden. That's how long he's been around college basketball.
McDermott got Cobbs up. He'll pull up. Long two, knocks it down. He's up to 18 points.
That's why he's so fun to watch. He's not giving the ball a headache. I mean, he's not overhandling. He takes what's given to him. It's pretty to watch.
Out of bounds off of California.
Creighton basketball.
Gibbs trying to get McDermott going here. Could have taken the shot. Chose to get his friend and mate an open look.
That last field goal, by the way, by McDermott. That is now 900 career field goals. That was number 900 right there. $15 to shoot. Dingman on the drive. And a whistle. And a foul will be called.
Foul on number 15, Jordan Matthews.
Matthews.
I like Avery Dingman coming off the bench. Brings a lot of energy, like Will Artino. Another pretty good athlete on the perimeter. And he doesn't mind attacking the rim, so he's putting constant pressure on the defense.
Number 34, Ethan Robbie.
Dingman, a 6'6" junior from Branson, Missouri. Froggy back in for the Blue Jays. It's an 18-point game. And a foul as Artino tried to establish position inside, and Cobbs is going to be whistled for the personal.
Foul number 1, Justin Cobbs. It's his third.
That's his third.
15 foul.
And number 5 on the Bears here in the second half.
Creighton has shot the ball a lot better here in the second half, and their defensive pressure has continued.
Gibbs will pull up just inside the free throw line. And banks it in.
And he didn't call that either. He'll tell you he did tomorrow in film, but he didn't call that one.
And he'll be honest with you. When I asked him earlier this season about that 6th year, what were your chances? He said, honestly, about a 20% chance that I was going to be granted that 6th year of eligibility. But the part of the story that doesn't get too much, I guess, play nationwide is his former coach at Gonzaga, Mark Few, wrote a letter on his behalf to the NCAA, pleading his case that Grant should be given that 6th year. And that letter from his former coach turned out to go a long way in the process.
And that's total class. And that means that Grant Gibbs left the situation in Gonzaga the right way, because had he burned bridges, I don't think that would have occurred. But that doesn't surprise me about Mark Few, one of the class acts in college basketball.
Jamute Abedius misses the baseline jumper. Cobbs the rebound for Cal. Turnaround over Isaiah Zierden. And he gets the roll. Cobbs now with 8.
He's going to start pressing as well in terms of trying to get some shots up. No one else really having any rhythm. Jabari Bird had a a couple good looks before he got injured towards the end of the first half. So Justin Cobb's really the only option right now offensively for Cal.
Montgomery came in with a record of 8-3 tonight. This Cal Golden Bears, beginning of the season, selected to finish 5th in the Pac-12. Arizona, UCLA, and Colorado. Oregon's going to be tough this year.
Oregon definitely the most talented team in the Pac-12.
Wallace gets the roll inside. More than Arizona, you think?
Yeah, top to bottom. Arizona may be top heavy. Tarzewski, Brandon Ashley, Aaron Gordon, Johnson. I mean, they're loaded in their top 6 or 7, but Oregon can go about 11 deep.
Raggi from way out misses the 3, and Mute Abidi is the rebound.
But I would definitely give Arizona the nod in terms of being the better team right now.
Turnaround jumper in the paint, no good for Matthews, and Artino the rebound. It's his 4th rebound to go with 4 points. Zierden from the corner for 3, knocks it down. He redshirted last year, but as this experienced team graduates and moves on, that could be a guy to keep an eye on in the future. He can provide some scoring in Isaiah Zierden.
Well, and that Coach McDermott just finds him, doesn't he? He's got a bench full of guys that can come in and knock down a 3.
Cobbs missed the 3. Zierden, redshirt freshman out of St. Louis Park, Minnesota.
His father is assistant at the Washington Wizards. You know, son of a coach there, you know he's going to have some high IQ anyway.
This is the shot there, and Cobbs the rebound. Doesn't have numbers, still will push it with the left hand, no, and he's fouled. That stops the clock with 6:49 to play. And that will take us to a timeout here in Omaha. Creighton led by 11 at the break, but Grant Gibbs and the Blue Jays have poured it on here in the second half, and it's a 19-point game with 6:49 to play. Well, Mike Montgomery has been to Omaha before and has some experience against Creighton, including as a player. Mike Montgomery's last trip to Creighton came on December 18th, 1967. The Long Beach State standout was held scoreless by the Blue Jays' 1-2-2 defense as Creighton defeated Long Beach State 90-61 behind 29 points and 20 rebounds from Bob Portman. And you see why he struggled then as a player and pretty much his roots growing up. And now, especially as a coach, and Stephen, he stays out west. You see Stanford, or you should see Cal, brief run in the NBA with Golden State. Stanford had that great run, the Cardinal. And now in year number 6 at Cal, he's guided the Bears to the NCAA tournament in 4 of his first 5 years. And could very well be a tournament team again this year.
He's a wealth of knowledge and experience and still loves to teach. It's fun speaking with him before the game and talking about where he'd like to see his team go through the season and get the freshmen to understand time and situation when they're taking shots, when not to. Well, he seems as energized now as he's ever been and really likes this club he's got right now.
Let's go back to that ball game, though, he had as a player and what Bob Portman did, 29-20. He said, you know what? We actually held him under his season average that year. He was averaging about 29.5 per game. He only got 29 against us.
Yeah, that's always a fallback when you get scored upon like that.
By the way, Bob Portman, 2 days before, he had that 29-20 against Long Beach State. He scored 51 against UW Milwaukee, which to this day remains the Creighton single game record, 51 points.
It's interesting because McDermott, if anybody, would be one to challenge that record.
His career high is 44. Had that against Bradley his sophomore year. There's a 2 for Austin Chapman. He's up to 7 points.
And they are really Creighton now, starting to get into a rhythm offensively.
Solomon came out hit, but a foul. And this is going to be on Grant Gibbs.
That's his first personal.
That's his first. Well, this January, it's a showdown between two of the most explosive offenses in the country. His 13th-ranked Oklahoma State squares off against 8th-ranked Missouri in the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic. Coverage begins Friday, January 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern only on Fox.
And that's an interesting Oklahoma State and Missouri. And I'm going to go old school. That's an old Big 8 class, not Big 12. That's old school Big 8 right there.
And Solomon makes the second. And there's 6 to play.
Though Creighton is not ranked right now, they're definitely one of the top 25, 30 teams in the country, in my opinion. They are 25th in the country at 83 points a game, and they can combine some efficient offense with the kind of defense they're playing on Cal right now. They're going to be very tough to beat in this building.
Durbin now with 20 points to go with 10 rebounds, his second double-double of the year. He's 11 points shy now of 2,500 in his career. Cobb's fouled. This will be, I believe, on Chapman.
Creighton foul number 1, Austin Chapman. His second
Kravish.
personal foul, team 7.
It's tough. These are tough defensive assignments for Kravish and Solomon. They're not used to playing a player like Doug McDermott, who's really he acts like a guard in a 6'8" body. So he faces up, he can run into the post, he can hit you with left and right jump hooks. He gets on the offensive glass. And if you relax a little bit, like Cal did towards the end of the first half, McDermott gets hot and scores their last 6 points. So he's just a handful. And when combined with the way that his team, Creighton, is playing defense today, I'll tell you what, they're gonna be something to see here come tournament time.
Creighton was selected to finish 3rd in this new-look 10-team Big East Conference, as McDermott has it knocked away, but it'll stay Creighton basketball. Marquette, Georgetown, Creighton, 1, 2, and 3 in the preseason polls, if you will.
And I think those preseason polls kind of show that there's a little bit of speculation in that based on the way that Marquette has been playing as of late.
Marquette losing to New Mexico and Las Vegas last night. Marquette led by 7 at halftime. We're seeing a coach's son here. Coach's son for New Mexico, Cullen Neal, had a big second half as New Mexico won last night in Vegas. Singer along the baseline, feeds Wallace. He'll fire for 3 and knocks it down. Wallace now with 8 points, his second 3 of the game.
Nice two-man basketball right there. Singer going baseline, and the kick off the baseline drag. Wallace getting in position nicely.
.15 to shoot here for Gibbs. Now McDermott. Shot clock is under 10. Spins the other way. Solomon the rebound. Cobbs. Solomon, open lane, the kick out. Again, Wallace for 3 from the corner. And Rogge the rebound. And Solomon is hurt. Rogge trailing, open 3. And Solomon is in obvious pain as well. He's on his feet, but bending down. And he is in discomfort. Cal has lost Jabari Bird tonight to an injury, and now a concern involving Richard Solomon here late in Omaha.
Timeout on the floor.
Happy holidays from Omaha. Fox Sports 1, Corey Provis alongside Stephen Bardo. Creighton and Cal winding things down tonight at the CenturyLink Center. Doug McDermott, 20 points, 10 rebounds. Solomon, by the way, is not on the floor right now after leaving with an injury. Now Cobbs is fouled. This will be, I believe, on Rogge.
Foul number 34, Ethan Rogge. That's his second personal foul.
Solomon was limping Stephen before that last timeout. He came down awkwardly in the previous Cal possession.
And it seemed as though he's struggled all evening. And Montgomery may choose to go without him the rest of the way. Nothing going right for Cal offensively.
Missed the news earlier for Cal #1, Ricky Krecklow. Fractured his right hand in practice on Wednesday. He's out at least 6 weeks. And then in the first half, Jabari Bird injured his right ankle. He is out indefinitely, at least that's the report we're hearing right now, but we'll learn more after the ball game. Chapman shooting over Kravish. Comes down. Jeff Powers in the game for the first time for Cal. Now Cobbs on the drive. No, but he is fouled.
Creighton foul number 1, Austin Chapman. That's his third personal
That's the
foul.
third on Chapman. And there you see Bird on the right. And Krecklow with the arm in his sling inside his Cal jacket. And the boot now on the right foot of Jabari Bird. As Cobbs knocks down the first free throw, and conference play just around the corner. Let's take a look at the KenPom.com conference rankings right now. Big Ten #1, ACC 2, and this new look Big East right now #3.
We're having some impressive victories, especially Villanova leading the way. We talked about during one of the breaks.
There's a timeout called by Cal. We'll step aside as well. Creighton leading by 14 late in Omaha. Creighton 60, Cal 46, 2:49 to play. Regulation here tonight. Let's take a look at our Land Rover player of the game. And sure enough, Doug McDermott takes the honor again tonight.
And he was patient, and his numbers don't reflect the efficiency that we've grown accustomed to, but that's because Cal made him work early. But, you know, a scorer like Doug McDermott, he's not going to relax if he has a slow start.
Start the ball games to back up your point. McDermott made just one of his first 7 in the field. 20 points, 11 rebounds. He's been at least at 20 in every game but one this season. That's 7 in the loss to George Washington earlier this year.
Veteran ball club, just taking their time. They know they have the lead. They don't have to rush anything, and they can get an opportunity as the shot clock winds down.
7 to shoot, McDermott, and he is fouled by Wallace with 6 to shoot. That's the first foul on Wallace.
The foul on number 3, Tyrone Wallace.
Team foul number 6 now on Cal. So the next one will put Creighton in the bonus.
You're looking at a team in Creighton that, you mentioned it earlier, the most veteran starting 5 in the country. And so when the shot clock is running down, they know exactly where to go and who to get the ball to in each situation. Looks like they're going to work McDermott along the baseline, try to get him isolated with Wallace.
Now 10 to shoot for Gibbs. The minute 50 to play. The jump stop, shoots over Kravish and scores. Gibbs now with 10 points. 6 rebounds, 3 assists.
Gibbs gets every bit of that 6 frame. Uses it very well in plays like that where he gets into the post and can elevate over the defense. Even though he can only get over the phone, he can't get over New York phone bill.
And Kravish scores with the right hand. And now the trap on Chapman, and he is fouled by Wallace, and that will put Chapman at the free throw line. As Creighton now on the bonus, it'll be a 1-and-1.
His second personal foul.
Second foul on Wallace.
Excuse me, Corey. Grant Gibbs hits you with a fake, a stop, kind of frees the defense, and then falls away over Kravis.
Free throw line for Creighton, number 1, Austin Chapman, shooting 1 and the bonus.
A 1-and-1 for Austin Chapman, a 76% free throw shooter. It falls in. A lot of drama there on the rim. Speaking of drama, tonight don't miss Fox Sports Live as Jay Onray and Dan O'Toole bring you all the highlights from a full day of the NFL, college hoops, the NBA, and the NHL. Fox Sports Live is tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern only on Fox Sports 1. There's Powers. He pops open for 3, and the rebound to Cobbs. Now Wallace will try for 3. No, but he was fouled. So Tyrone Wallace will be shooting 3. And Gibbs picks up the foul, his second. That stops the clock with 1:08 to play.
To the free throw line is number 3.
Tyrone Wallace, he's struggled like a lot of his teammates have from the field today. Only 1 of 5, 1 of 4 from 3. Just never could establish any kind of rhythm.
Take a look at Creighton's upcoming schedule. One more non-conference game against Chicago State. It'll be on Sunday. And then New Year's Eve, the finale. Terrific coverage. This play begins. Marquette, Creighton. As Cobbs is done. And Jordan Matthews back in for Cal.
Look on the bright side for Cal. This freshman class is very impressive. And hope is that Jabari Bird is not seriously injured. That ankle injury he suffered in the first half.
Tyrone Wallace, his 3rd personal foul, the team's 8th.
Jordan Matthews, Jabari Bird, Cameron Rooks. These guys are going to have a bright future in the Pac-12.
Yeah, Mike Montgomery says without question this is his most talented freshman class he's had in his 6-year run now in Berkeley. This is a 1-and-1 here, and Chapman knocks down the first. 32nd year overall of coaching at the D1 level for Montgomery.
Once again, we can talk about the offensive efficiency of Creighton, but they won this game on this end of the court right here. Great defense. Very consistent defensive effort throughout.
Wallace to put back, and a timeout called by Cal. With 53.2 to play.
30-second timeout for the Bears.
We'll keep it here with the Blue Jays up by 14 and 66-52. Cal in action next on Saturday. They will host Furman. While Greg McDermott, year number 4 here in Omaha, and he showed you his son's numbers earlier, but you know, Dad's doing a mighty fine job as well. You see how the Blue Jays have fared in the 4 years since Greg McDermott accepted the job as the head coach at Creighton.
Yeah, they've had a really good collection of players. Greg Echenike, who was with them last season, a stalwart in the post, is gone now. Really helped with those numbers as well. So, you know, McDermott has a style of play here at Creighton that players want to be in. Spread the floor, gives guys a lot of confidence to shoot the 3. Do some very creative things on the offensive end.
Full court pressure from Cal. And now Chapman beats that. And Creighton will chew some clock with 45 seconds to play.
Once again, quite a performance here for Creighton, even though McDermott was held under his numbers, his usual number.
Maniga on the drive and gets the roll. Maniga was 7. Shot clock is off, 22 seconds to play. Travis knocks down the turnaround jumper. Creighton will improve to 9-2. as Cal will fall to 8-4. It's a good win, too, overall for the Big East Conference here tonight. And Creighton, one more non-conference game to play before Big East play begins on New Year's Eve. 68-54 the final as Creighton wins. Doug McDermott, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Sluggish game early on, but eventually he found his rhythm, and the Blue Jays win by 14.
Just again, a tremendous defensive effort by the Creighton Blue Jays. They play like this defensively. They're going to be tough to beat the Big East.
Well, that'll do it tonight from Omaha. For Stephen Bardo and our entire Fox Sports 1 crew, I'm Corey Probus. Once again, the final score from the CenturyLink Center, Creighton 68, Cal 54. Stay tuned. Coming up next, it's UFC Ultimate Insider here on Fox Sports 1. Good night and happy holidays from Omaha.